It's been a good long minute since I've had a Piña Colada, and today I'm gonna make one on the show. I honestly cannot remember the last time I actually made a Piña Colada on the show. I usually dodge it by making a painkiller, mainly because I don't want to grab my blender, but today it's time to finally get back to making, time to get back to it. I gotta get back to my roots. I gotta get back to making my Piña Coladas. In truth, a Piña Colada is kind of a roots drink for a lot of people. I think probably it might be your first cocktail, right? Like you had a virgin Piña Colada somewhere, you know, when you were a kid at either a family backyard barbecue or maybe at, you know, like that trip your family took to the all-inclusive resort or the cruise or whatever. That time it happened. So, you know, the Piña Colada might have been your first cocktail. And I gotta say, I don't think that they lose anything by ditching their rum, but I'm gonna make mine the way with the rum today. Every time I'm gonna dust off a drink that I think I know how to make, I check myself. I go back and I get a source, and today's source is Potions of the Caribbean by Beach Bum Berry. He showed up in just a recent episode as well. Beachy Bum Bum Berry. I love your books and beverages. In my Jet Pilot episode, I said that if you don't see me reading it out of a book, and it's not a recipe I really know by heart, it's right there on my teleprompter. And I set up my teleprompter with the drink today, but I forgot to add in a little bit of history. And so I'm going to grab that from the book, which, by the way, much like his other books, is gorgeous and totally belongs in your library. Use the links in the places to buy yourself a copy. I just want to give credit where credit is due, and I knew it was in this book. It is created by Ramon Monchito Marrero Perez at the Caribe Hilton in 1954, possibly on August the 15th. One of those drinks where it's like, who invented it? I don't know. That's apparently the guy who invented it, so thank you, sir. I need 2 Piña Coladas, 1 for each hand. That's not really true. I'm just gonna make 1 Piña Colada so we can go off to Piña Colada land. This drink starts with 2 ounces of rum. I've got that. I've got 2 ounces of rum right over there. Damn it, that would have been really cool if I could have done that blind. I'm probably gonna pour a double because I wanna make sure I fill my glass. 2 ounces of rum. Let's make it 4 ounces of rum. I'm using Flor De Caña, my favorite rum of the moment. I'll be refilling this bottle shortly. We need 1 ounce of cream of coconut. You can, of course, use Coco Lopez or that Coco Real, or you can make your own. It's pretty simple. It's equal parts sugar and, you know what? I actually have to check my notes on this, and this is what will be, this will be accurately reflected in the episode's description and on the HTD app. It's either 2 parts sugar or 1 part sugar to a can of whole fat coconut milk and a pinch of salt, which is what this is. I need 2 ounces because, as I said, I am making a double. Man, Greg, you gotta get your shit together. So this is where Beach Bum Berry and I kind of have to part ways, or when I say Beach Bum Berry, I should actually say Ramon Marrero Perez, Monchito. Because this recipe calls for 1 ounce of heavy cream, and I didn't have any, and I wasn't gonna run to the grocery store to film this. And so I kind of poked around for an alternative there. And Anders Ericsson, who's never steered me the wrong way, you should check out his channel, he swapped it for 1 ounce of just plain coconut milk, and that seemed like a great choice to me. But not like the coconut milk that you would put on your cereal, the stuff that comes from a can that you use in like Thai cooking. The same stuff you would make your cream of coconut out of, just without the sugar. Right, and I'm only doing a double, not a quadruple. So there you go, 1 ounce of coconut milk, or 2 if you're doing a double. Now I need 6 ounces of pineapple juice, which is 2 of these mini cans, because each one is 6 ounces. These pull tabs are like so tight, they really kind of fuck with my fingers. I feel like I should stab it, go faster. Should I have juiced the whole pineapple to do this? Let's not be too precious about it. It's a Piña Colada. If you have stupid giant cubes like this, crack them up just to give your blender a little bit of help. Your blender could chew through them, but it'll do a cleaner, faster job if you break them. Blend it! That's all there is to it, guys. Pour that into the glass of your choice. I'm gonna use this one. Right up There. Let's garnish it. Stick a straw in there, and you're in Piña Colada town. Man, is that tasty. Oh my God. It's good. It's really good. It's good. Piña coladas can be like syrupy sweet. This one is actually not. It's actually a pretty balanced drink. Does it belong in the tiki pantheon? Maybe? I don't really know. I mean, kinda. Belongs in the dangerously quick to disappear pantheon. It's pineapple-y and coconutty in surprisingly subtle ways. Pretty balanced, not overly sweet. The booze is invisible. They go down easy, cold and fun. They're delicious. I think I should have eaten something before filming this episode. I'm just gonna put a little bit more in there. Top the old girl up, there we go. At the beginning of this, I mentioned that this was probably your first cocktail. Probably my first cocktail when it was, non-alcoholic, virgin variety. Still tasty, maybe even just as good. And that made me think about nostalgia.
Hey everybody, it's me, Gary. Greg can't be here right now, so I'm going to tell you all about today's sponsor, Helix. They're great. It's a fantastic mattress for all the fun times you're trying to have. You can do anything on it. So thank you, Helix, for helping us make the show. Yay! Helix is the premium mattress that is shipped straight to your front door that Greg's been sleeping on for a really long time and he still loves. He has a lot of fun on that mattress because a Helix mattress is good for all kinds of activities. Let me see here. What else I gotta say? What do I gotta say to this thing? Okay, I'm reading my notes. Oh, friends, I'm gonna meet you at camera 2. Hi. Yeah, I'm pretty uncomfortable being a spokesperson, so bear with me. Helix is the premium mattress company that makes mattresses and ships them straight to your front door. And they pair them with you. They know what you like because they gave you a quiz and they find out what kind of a sleeper you are, and then you get to sleep on the mattress. And it says here that Greg, they found out that he was a hybrid front-back sleeper, and that he is sleeping on a Midnight Lux, and he loves it. Anyway, you just take that quiz, and they pair you up with a mattress that's perfect for you. It's great. You're gonna love it. They ship it straight to your front door, so you don't have to go mattress shopping, because mattress shopping sucks, and then it comes in a box, all rolled up, and you kind of open it, and it unfloats, and then you can sleep on it. It's cool. They let you try the mattress for 100 days, and you can send it back. And if you don't like it, they just take it. There's no questions. They don't ask you nothing. They just, that's it. It's gone. Oh yeah, here it is. It says that Helix Sleep, wait a minute, what does it say? Oh, it says that if you order between May 1st and May 31st, there's a Memorial Day exclusive offer, 20% off site-wide, and free bedding bundle with any Luxe or Elite mattress. You gotta get on that, that's a good deal. Just use my link, helixsleep.com/howtodrink, and take the little quiz, and find out what kind of sleeper you are, and start sleeping, and screwing around, and all the other fun things you can do in a bed. Helix Sleep, the mattress for fucking. Thanks, Helix. Bye.
I think this is maybe the most nostalgic cocktail, for me. Not only does it harken back to some bygone vacation-y days of yore, the 50s, the jet set, that whole, we're going down to the islands, honey, yeah, kind of thing. The Mad Men vibe, all of that.
Braniff International is creating the most beautiful airline in the world. We hired Emilio Pucci to design our uniforms. Our hostesses wear reversible coats of almond green and apricot, space helmets to keep out the rain, red space suits, and sometimes something a little more comfortable. Cha-cha-cha.
Cigarette commercials, all of those wonderful things to be nostalgic about.
I'd walk a mile for a camel.
But also it harkens back to my own youth.
You know what would be good right now? Slurpee!
Piña Colada was one of the core popular flavors of Slurpee up at the 7-Eleven, where me and my friends would go ride our bikes to play the first Mortal Kombat game all the time while slurping them down. It was very Bart Simpsons. That was for real.
These games are so old. Who got these high scores? Pilgrims?
It was also a popular flavor of Italian ice on the truck that came around. The doodly-doo-doo-doo-doo played the music, and we would all chase it down on our bikes, and we'd buy Italian ice and candies. Piña Colada was a very popular flavor. Put those neon red cherries in there from the days of yore before we got into craft cocktails, and all of a sudden now, this drink is hearkening back to the smoke-filled, smoggy, hot summers of the 1980s. I've been thinking about nostalgia a lot lately because of a conversation Meredith and I had. I got a phone. I'm a member of society. If you have an iPhone, you know that every day, or every couple of days, I don't even know how it goes off, it confronts you with this edited reel of photos and maybe even video clips of your life of last year, of that summer 4 years ago, of that trip you went on. And that, it's just like this nostalgia machine, this addictive. We took this electronic cigarette that you're addicted to and we stuffed it full of nostalgia and let it feed you that on a regular basis. And if you're a parent, and this is how it came up with me and Meredith, those pictures are gonna be of your kids when they were younger. And in that moment, you are gonna feel like the worst parent in the universe. You're gonna feel horrible because you're gonna be like, I remember that. It's been so quickly. Where have I been? I've been at work the whole time. I've missed the childhood. What happened to my 4-year-old? She's 9 now. What happened in between? It's gone. Nobody has ever had to deal with that in the history of the human race. Nobody has ever had their consciousness confronted with nostalgia generated by algorithms on a daily or weekly basis, okay? That's not fair. Your parents didn't have to live with that shit. Nobody woke up every day when they were taking their morning shit and pulled out their family photo album and sat there on the can going, would you look at that, my babies? Do you remember my babies? Before they hopped in the shower. That didn't happen. Anybody who did that would have been a person you kept at arm's distance. They were weird. A little more of this, please. If you're being confronted by that surprise dose of attack nostalgia, I want you to know, one parent to another, possibly, that you're doing fine. You're a good parent. I'm a good parent. We're all just doing great. You didn't miss it. Your phone just needs to make you feel bad. And that makes perfect sense for the instinct of a company like Apple to do that, because nostalgia is a very powerful force in marketing. Perhaps even the most powerful tool. It is used on the regular. Walt Disney used it extensively. Disneyland was built with a throbbing vein of nostalgia right down the middle of it that they call Main Street USA, and they replicated it over on the East Coast. And when you walk onto Main Street USA, it was built for a generation that remembered 1909, at that time, that was growing up there. That they had a direct nostalgia for that. But I think when you walk down that, you feel a nostalgia for a time you never experienced, which is nostalgia, right? The ultimate nostalgia, the marketer's dream of nostalgia, that I can insert into you a yearning for a better time, a simpler time, another time.
I still remember getting my first candy from my grandfather.
And then, in the next moment, offer you a solution to that. This is how marketing works. I put a little hole in your soul that you didn't know was there, or I make one. Okay? And then I tell you, doesn't that hurt? It hurt. And then I say, I got the fix for it. But I put the fucking hole there! That's how this works. I put it there. It wasn't there on your own. You didn't know you needed to fill that. I made up a product, and then I cut a hole in you in the shape of that product, and then I offered it up on a silver platter. That's how the money happens. That's what this is all about. And so I've been thinking about nostalgia. And I actually don't think there's anything particularly nefarious in Apple's, just like, let's just give you a photo montage of your kids when they were 4 years ago on that vacation so that you can tear up a little bit. Oh God, what happened? Where have I been?
8, 9.
I don't think it was nefarious. I think it's just that they come from a marketing background and that's their instinct. Like, oh, people will respond emotionally to that.
9.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And they don't have an and onto that statement because, like, the nostalgia in your photo reel doesn't actually sell you anything as far as I know. Maybe it does. It might prime you for other sales, though. It's a subliminal message. It's a full frontal assault coming at you from every direction. I don't know about that.
These are the stakes. We must either love each other or we must die.
Vote for President Johnson on November 3rd. The stakes are too high for you to stay home.
But I think you have to beware the draw of nostalgia. You know, it's a very, as I said, it's a very powerful marketing tool.
It's morning again in America.
And it is the basis of a number of political identities currently and throughout history.
And under the leadership of President Reagan, our country is prouder and stronger and better.
Yes, that's true, friend. Somebody is always promising to take you back to a better golden age that didn't exist.
Even kids know Pepperidge Farm still remembers that simple things make better cookies.
God, I think I about covered it. See, I made a list of the drinks I might make in this episode, and it was a Piña Colada, and then the other one was a Shirley Temple. Because I thought, oh, that's nostalgic too, right? That takes you right back. Actually, I think that was Meredith's idea. It was a good idea, Meredith. Meredith, it was a good idea. But it was an idea that existed in a time before I had this Piña Colada. And I haven't had a good Piña Colada in so long. And now I'm nostalgic for it. There's a big Piña Colada hole in my soul that I'm trying to fill up. Oh, fuck it. I didn't really have like a coda in mind for this episode. I just wanted to rap about nostalgia and algorithmic nostalgic assaults. But I think maybe, having said all of that, I come to a conclusion now. And it's this. I think that if you suddenly feel a pang of nostalgia, a yearning to go back, to re-experience, to rekindle something, take a look around and see if you can follow the money. Figure out who put that there. Because I don't think you did. I think that you'll find some outside source of it, and I'll bet that there's a good chance that they knew what they were doing. This is a very dangerous drink.
This isn't a spaceship. It's a time machine. It takes us to a place where we ache to go again. Lets us travel the way a child travels. Round and around, and back home again. To a place where we know we are loved.
Anyway, guys, that's it for this week's How to Drink. I'll see you next time on another HTD. Bye.